Olivia glanced at the clock as she scrubbed the last dish from dinner. 9:37 p.m. Another day, another evening of silence. Daniel sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone, occasionally pausing to watch something on TV. Their two kids, Henry and Sophie, had been tucked into bed an hour ago, and now the house hummed with a quiet monotony. This had become their routine. Not a bad one, but not an exciting one either. Olivia missed the days when Daniel would pull her in for a spontaneous dance in the kitchen, or when he'd leave little notes for her to find. Now their exchanges were mostly practical. Did you pay the electric bill? What's the plan for Sophie's recital? We need more milk. Sitting down beside Daniel, she sighed. He turned slightly, noticing her expression. What's wrong? Do you remember how we used to be? She asked. Daniel placed his phone down, his brow furrowed. What do you mean? We used to laugh more, dance in the kitchen, go on spontaneous adventures. Now, it feels like we're just coexisting. He exhaled, rubbing the back of his neck. Life got busy, Liv. Between work, the kids, and everything else, we just fell into a rhythm. But does it have to be this way? Olivia leaned forward, her eyes pleading. I don't want to wake up one day and realize we've become strangers. Daniel reached for her hand, squeezing gently. I don't want that either. That night, after the house had gone completely still, Olivia and Daniel lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. The weight of unspoken emotions pressed between them. What if we set aside one night a week? Olivia suggested. Just for us. No work, no screens, no distractions, just us. Daniel turned his head to look at her. Like a date night? Yes. But more than that, a chance to reconnect, to do the things we used to love. He considered it. Every Friday? She nodded. No matter what? A small smile tugged at Daniel's lips. All right, let's do it. The first week, they decided to keep it simple, dancing in their living room. Olivia wore a flowy dress, something she hadn't done in ages, and Daniel put on his favorite button-down. He connected his phone to the speakers and played the song they had danced to at their wedding, At Last by Etta James. At first, it felt awkward. They hadn't held each other like this in so long. But as Daniel spun her around and Olivia let out a breathy laugh, something shifted. They weren't parents managing responsibilities. They were just two people in love. When the song ended, Olivia rested her head against Daniel's chest. I missed this. Me too, he whispered, kissing the top of her head. Each Friday became a new adventure. One night, they cooked an extravagant meal together, feeding each other bites between laughter and stolen kisses. Another, they wrote love letters and read them aloud by candlelight. They even took a pottery class, where Daniel's creation ended, up looking more like a squashed pumpkin than a vase, making Olivia laugh until she cried. But their favorite nights were the ones spent reminiscing. They drove to the old diner where they had their first date, ordering the same milkshakes and fries. They flipped through old photos, reliving memories of their honeymoon in Greece, their first apartment, the moment they found out they were going. I forgot how much fun we used to have, Olivia admitted one night as they lay on a blanket in their backyard, stargazing. We still have fun, Daniel said, intertwining his fingers with hers. We just needed to remember how. One Friday night, just as they were about to leave for a jazz club, Olivia hesitated. I've been feeling off lately. Daniel looked at her with concern. What do you mean? Tired, a little nauseous. I thought maybe it was stress, but it's been happening. For a while. He studied her for a moment before his eyes widened. Liv, when was the last time you... She blinked. Oh. A pregnancy test later, they sat on the bathroom floor, staring at the two pink lines. Daniel let out a breathless laugh. 12 years in, and we're still full of surprises. Tears filled Olivia's eyes as she laughed too. I guess we are. As the months passed, their Friday nights continued. Even as Olivia's belly grew and fatigue set in, they found ways to keep their promise. Some nights were as simple as sitting together on the porch, holding hands in comfortable silence. Others were filled with whispered dreams about the future, who their baby would be, how Henry and Sophie would react to a new sibling, how their lives would change once again. Do you think we'll always keep this up? Olivia asked one evening as they lay in bed, her head resting on Daniel's shoulder. He kissed her forehead. Absolutely. Because they had learned the secret. Love isn't something you find once and keep. It's something you choose every single day. And as long as they kept choosing each other, their spark would never fade. 12 years in, they weren't just keeping the spark alive, they were setting little fires of love over and over again. And as Daniel twirled Olivia under the soft, glow of their kitchen lights, he whispered, "We're still us." And that made all the difference.